Hey everyone, I'm Carrie Vugdeveen with Sioux Valley Energy, and today I'm talking with Toni Kruger, our Member Services Supervisor, and she's going to be talking to us about scams. Toni, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, when we think about scams, what are some of the common things you hear from our members when they say, hey, I got a call and it seems suspicious?
Yep, the number one common scam that we see coming into Sioux Valley Energy is that members are being called asking for an immediate payment to avoid an immediate disconnect of their power.
So in terms of common themes, immediate disconnect, anything else that maybe should put some red flags up for people?
We'll often have members call and they'll say that a caller ID will either come up as Sioux Valley Energy or it'll come up as a local utility provider that's in this area, and yet they'll say that they're from Sioux Valley Energy, so that would be a red flag.
What about asking about prepaid debit cards, that type of thing?
Right. If you're ever asked to pay with a prepaid debit card or take a texted barcode to a convenience store, that's not a method that Sioux Valley Energy would ask for payment. We don't ask for prepaid debit cards. We have different payment methods, whether it be on our automated secure system, online with our website, our Smart Hub account, or you can drop off a payment at one of our service centers or simply mail it in. We don't ask for an immediate payment over the phone.
So what are some of the real life examples that you've gotten from our members in terms of scams?
A few that we've had recently. We had one member that was called and he was told that he was past due, and he was asked they texted him actually a barcode to take to a convenience store and make, they wanted two payments made. So he made one payment with a barcode, and then the other payment he was instructed to go to another convenience store and get a prepaid debit card. So those are what we see, or they'll tell the member to call back onto another phone number, an 800 number, to make a payment directly with a person.
So you mentioned this threat of immediate disconnect. Can you walk us through the process if a member is late or is facing disconnect? What would that process look like?
It's a long process to become delinquent on your billing statement. Members would typically see at least two billing statements, whether it's in paper form or online, an email billing statement. They'd also get a disconnect notice giving them a date and an amount that's needed prior to that date. If they were actually getting to the disconnect date, they'd get an email notification from Sioux Valley Energy that they were needing to call the Member Services Department and talk to us about payments or a payment arrangement. They'd also receive an automated phone call the day prior to a disconnect, and the day of disconnect we actually personally phone call those members that might be delinquent on their account.
So what is your advice for members who maybe would receive a call that they're thinking, this maybe doesn't sound right? Mm-hmm. What would you tell them?
I would say go with your instinct. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. So you have that right that you can tell that person, I'm going to check on things on my end. I'm going to call you directly back, and then I would suggest that they call Sioux Valley Energy directly back to check on their account. The other suggestion that I would make is, register for our online account. It's called Smart Hub, and that's our software where they could check their balances and their payment history 24/7 and get that information that they need. But they can always call into Member Services.
So sign up for Smart Hub and give us a call. What are those numbers that they can call?
They can call Member Services Department directly at 877-511-8062. Or they can go to our general toll-free number is 800-234-1960.
All right. Toni, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us today, and let's all together slam the scam.